Hey guys. So you're gonna not be getting basketball this week on the podcast because there was an up error and I lost all my content. So that is all gone. I am not very happy. But it is what it is. This podcast is off to a terrible start, but hopefully we can fix it in the next coming weeks. Anyway, since we can't talk about basketball, I'm gonna give you the score updates for NFL, and that will be that. And I'll get to the stuff that I could save. So with that being said, the Chiefs beat the Dolphins 26-7. The Packers defeat the Cowboys 48-38, I think. Then the Browns get defeated by the Texans 45-14, and the Lions defeat the Rams 21 or 20 24 to 23 in a very good game where the Lions have won their first playoff game in almost a long time. So glad to say that, and I'll get you into the rest of the podcast. I'm sorry that this has happened.
Marcus just made him fight how he wants him to fight. All right, the final fight before the main card was Matthew Smellsburger. That's not his actual name. It's like Smellsburger. It's I call him Smellsburger. I like him. He was a really good fighter. He had the Derek Lewis effect where he's like, "Oh, I'm on the ground." Nope. And no. He just stood up. He just stood up. Yeah. Preston Parsons. He did the Colby Covington. He held him down. Smelled his crotch the whole fight. Was definitely a boring fight in my opinion. I wish that I could have seen Smellsburger throw the power the commentators kept saying that he had. But Preston won. Not anything against Parsons. Parsons was a great fighter. He held him down. He did well. But just really boring fight. Moving on to the main card, we had Andre Arlovsky against Waldo Cortez Arcasta. I'm going to tell you right now, before we even get going, this is the winner of the most boring fight of the night. Mm-hmm. They did nothing but stare at each other for 15 minutes. It was so boring.
You can't be doing that.
No one should have gotten a unanimous decision. This should have been a split decision with how stupid this fight was. But Waldo Arcasta wins it. Acosta wins it by a unanimous decision. I don't believe he got a unanimous decision, even with the rushes. He did like 3 rushes during the whole fight. Didn't land nothing but on blocks, maybe. Moving on, we have a middleweight fight, Phil Hawes versus Bruno Ferreira. Ferreira gets it done in round 1, knockout. It was insane. I was not actually ready for that because it didn't even look like he knocked him out. So pretty much what I saw, he throws this right hand, hits him in the side of the head. Yeah. Hawes just crumples and falls over. And then one of the most brutal slam hands into a face and then another punch and it was over. It's round 1 KO in the last 5 seconds. Very good. Very easy. The fight that I think may win fight of the night, Ricky Simone, Mario Batista. This fight was close. Ricky Simone won the first round, but it was competitive. Second round, Mario. Third round, Mario. Mario comes out unanimous decision, and I think he's going to get ranked. Next up, we have old man Jim Miller. Still 40 years old. Still 40 years old, and I don't know who the hell they got him fighting. I don't even know who Gabriel Benavidez is. Dang. But all I know is they got choked out in the third round by rear naked choke.
Dang, that sucks. That sucks to be him. That sucks to be him.
I think, okay, and I say this with all confidence, I think they're giving Jim Miller easy fights. They're giving Jim Miller easy because any other old guy, they'd feed to a young up-and-comer, and then that's that. And I think Jim did stomp out like 1 or 2 up-and-comers.
Yeah.
But now they're just like feeding him these guys this guy's 23-12. So this guy's a pretty experienced fighter alongside Jim, but Jim's way more experienced. He's 37-17. He has more fights than most people on the card.
Jeez.
Actually, on fun fact, Arlovsky and Jim have more fights than everybody else on the card combined. It's insane.
That's crazy.
Ankalaev, Johnny Walker. The main fight of the night, the main event. Ankalaev is a kickboxing monster from Russia. Yeah. Johnny Walker is the caveman. He's the strangest fighter in the UFC. One of the strangest fighters. I'm not going to say the strangest. One of the strangest fighters in the UFC. Their last fight got called off because they were in Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi's dumb. Should have been disqualification. I'm still mad about that. Not even because Johnny was winning that fight. He was losing the fight, but You can't knee somebody in the head and then just get off with it. That's dumb. There should have been a no contest. Should have been a disqualification. Should have moved on. It should not have been a rematch. But here we are, and Magomed Ankalaev, as we can see here. Let me move the mic for those that form. Second round knockout, and one of the most brutal knockouts I've seen in a while because he hits him with another right hand, makes him fall over. He's laying his back up against the cage and just gets hit with an uppercut straight to the nose. His nose, I think, got broke.
He broke his
Either
nose?
that or he's something. It was bad. Like there was blood pouring from his nose while he was casually talking to Ankalaev. But no, Johnny Walker's in high spirits still. Ankalaev wins. He got called out by Glover Teixeira, the former UFC light heavyweight champion. So pretty sure we're gonna see Pereira versus Ankalaev either soon or after Jamal versus Pereira. Fight of the night, in my opinion, goes to Ricky Simón, Mario Batista. Those bantamweights killed it. They were absolute warriors. Runner-up, because I feel like I should give a runner-up to that fight. Runner-up to that fight for the number one fight, I'm going to give it to Basharat versus Taylor. That was a really good fight. One-sided beatdown of the night, John Silva. Wasn't even close. I got to show you that fight. He killed him. It was not... Literally within like the first minute, he slams an overhand into his head and just falls over. It was great. But, boring fight of the night goes to Arlovsky versus Ocasta.
Where they were just
staring at each other. They were hoping that one was going to kiss the other.
Oh my god.
It's a whole new world.
And absolutely not.
It's so hella fucking boring. I had to watch that shit for 15 minutes. You have no idea how boring it was. Yeah.
It was pretty boring, I see. I guess. I don't know.
Moving on to some news. We're gonna go with the up and coming real quick. I'm just gonna talk about the main card. The main card of the UFC 297.
297's coming up?
We have the full card.
When is it coming up?
It is coming up January 20th.
That is the same day as something else that we're about to get into. But with that being said, maybe we can bring my dad on the show and you guys can talk about your picks for the fight night.
Maybe. But until then, hold on. Let me tell the card. I'm not going to tell anything about the card, but I got to tell the card.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis, the main event, middleweight title on the line. I believe the women's bantamweight title on the line is as Mayra? It's the Silva girl. I don't know. I don't like her.
I don't like her.
Raquel Pennington versus Mayra Beno Silva. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. I don't care. I don't like you. You're not. At least I don't think I don't like you. No, you're okay. You're okay. I'm thinking of. Am I? I don't know. You're cool though. Neil Magny, boring Neil Magny versus Mike Mallet. I don't know who Mike Mallet is, but hopefully he brings a mallet and Mallet's Magny. Chris Curtis, huge buddy of Sean Strickland, fights Marc-Andre Bear. Can you say that name?
Well, let's see. Which one?
Right there. Last name.
Marc-Andre Barrelade. I can't say his last name.
Then we have Arnold Allen versus Movsar Ilov. These guys are both monsters. They're both killers. Both have the potential to be future champions. If they beat the other guy, they just got to get past Max Holloway. Jesus Christ. And also,
Ilya, I know you're running from Max. Ilya Taporia. Max Holloway's coming for you. He wants that sweet little booty.
Okay.
He's a warrior.
All right, that's it for UFC.
That's all for the UFC. All right, and as we said earlier, that fight night takes place January 20th.
No, the UFC event, the pay-per-view. It's UFC 297. Takes away January 20th.
Speaking of that, also on January 20th,
the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble, and I'm ready for this Royal Rumble, and we will make the Royal Rumble predictions next week. Not this week, but next week we'll make some predictions for the Rumble.
Sounds good.
This one starts on SmackDown, but I think we should start on Monday Night Raw. Do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
Or actually, no. Let's start on SmackDown. I'll explain why.
I mean, we might as well do Raw because wasn't Raw more boring?
Yeah, but there's something that can tie into something we're talking about.
As you drop your drink, shit. Great job.
All right,
go ahead.
Anyway, so let's just start with SmackDown. SmackDown. Let me go to the results.
I didn't watch.
You didn't watch. Okay. Well, let me get to some stuff. Can you talk to the people while I get to it?
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Are you staying warm on these cold nights? Is your lover not making you feel warm inside?
That's crazy.
We can. Come on down to the basement. We have the women in the back.
Not yet.
We're sex traffickers.
What?
What did you mean not yet?
Do we not have any women on? We have not had any women on the show.
No, stop.
That's not what I meant.
Stop.
But okay.
Oh, hey, fun fact, everybody. What is it? It actually is the next one, isn't it?
What's the next one?
The next is that the next podcast that I have to debate that stupid shit?
Two podcasts from
Two
now.
podcasts from two podcasts from now, ladies and gentlemen. I get to join in one of the dumbest debates of my life.
Don't tell them yet.
Whether or not
Don't tell them yet.
something is a sport. Something is a sport.
Something is a sport. We'll have that soon. I can't seem to find this freaking...
Just talk. You're about... Yeah, no. That's what I have to debate, which is dumb.
It's
So
dumb. It's so
I'm
dumb.
not gonna lose. There's no way in God's green earth.
I
It's
can't
not,
see-
dude. It's not.
Sorry yourself, bro.
Bro, it's stupid that I have to even debate this.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm
Because they
freaking...
suck each other off. Are you
Why
really...
can't I find
is
it?
this hard for you?
Yeah, I can't find
I mean,
it.
they're that hard.
I guess we'll just talk about it. Okay. I'll try to remember what I watched. The night started off with the Bloodline attacking Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes?
Yes. Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes!
He was about to fight Grayson Waller in the opening, and they attacked Cameron Grimes. And the reason, I'll tell you why. Because you're probably like, why are they attacking Cameron Grimes? What did Cameron Grimes do? He did absolutely nothing. Last week, if we watched into SmackDown, remember what Nick Aldis said?
What did he say?
The Fatal 4-Way match. Tell Roman Reigns he's got a Fatal 4-Way match at the Rumble.
So
Roman,
they're pissy and now they're attacking
Roman told Paul, fix it. So you know what the Bloodline does? They hijack the show.
Yeah, that's gonna go great for them.
That did not go great.
Like,
Nick Aldis comes down to the ring and he grabs
sends like 6 or 7 guys to just kick their ass.
Yeah. Anyway, he goes down.
He's the new authority at this rate. Let's be honest.
He is the new authority figure. On
no,
SmackDown.
not authority figure. The authority. If he wants to, he'll just send 7 guys down to kick your ass. What are you gonna do? Say no?
No, you can't say no.
No, we won't be in a match against 7 guys in a handicap tornado match. You're fired. Okay, we're in the match.
But anyway, so he goes down to the ring. Paul Heyman's talking to him like, you should not have made Roman Reigns fight in a Fatal 4-Way match at the Royal Rumble.
Roman Reigns shouldn't have minded his own goddamn business.
Nick Aldis steals the microphone from them. Just takes it right out of his hands.
Yeah, I'm like, why does nobody ever just shut Paul Heyman up?
He grabs it. So basically,
Nick
Nick Aldis then says, the Royal Rumble match, it's happening. Roman will defend the title in a Fatal 4-Way match.
You didn't have to reiterate that, Nick.
However, he then said the Bloodline will not be getting involved in the main event tonight, and they will not be ruining this main event.
Tonight or
in the SmackDown, on SmackDown.
Okay.
They will not be interfering on that main event because they're in the main event. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns take on LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. Oh wait! Roman Reigns is not in the building. Okay, well then you have until the end of the show, Paul, to find an opponent, or it's a handicap match. See you later. So yeah,
whoa, too loud.
I'm sorry, I'm a little loud. Sorry.
The mic's right here. Let me just caress them. Anyway, yeah, no, too loud, but yeah, no, that like. I'm actually interested. I didn't watch SmackDown. You watch WWE. I watch AEW. Who'd they get? I'm interested.
They got nobody.
Oh, it was a handicap.
It was a handicap. We'll get into it in a minute though, because I got to go down the show list.
Go down the show.
So, the next matchup, I don't remember exactly what was going on. Oh yeah, it was Santos Escobar. What was it? He had. Anyway, I'm sorry. People are distracting us. Santos Escobar's team of what's their names? Oh my God, Humberto and Angel.
Humberto and Angel.
They
Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo.
They're only called Humberto and Angel now.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Anyway, but they faced the LWO team, and then around the end of the match, Santos Escobar gets attacked.
Wait, you mean in faction? No.
LWO.
No, they're
Latino World Order.
No, that's not their names. What were their names before? They were,
I don't know.
It was... What was it?
I don't know.
Keep doing what you're doing. Let me think.
Okay, you think. But basically, then Carlito comes out and attacks Santos Escobar into the back. And
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, there you go. So they fight. They get beat by Angel and Humberto.
Really?
They got beat, yeah.
What is that? Okay, I hate to stop, but what is that tag team division in WWE?
The tag team division is not the best. I'm sorry.
They still have the unified titles. Break the titles up.
I think they are. I think there's a rumor going around that they're going to break it.
But here's my deal. Who do you even give it to?
I don't know. Judgment Day will keep the... speaking of Judgment Day, we'll get into them in a little bit, but...
I feel like the only two viable teams on each brand, like Raw has DIY.
DIY is good, yeah. And then...
Who else do they even have?
I don't know.
That is an actual tag team. Wait, aren't the Viking Raiders on Raw?
Yeah.
I think so. Whenever Eric comes back, that could be that fucking group.
Yeah. Anyway,
He's
so...
one of them. SmackDown has they have AOP. They have Authors of
They
Pain.
just came back, yeah. And I'm actually going to talk about that. I'm actually going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so no, Santos Escobar gets chased into the back, and then they...
Blah, blah, blah.
So then after commercial comes back or something like that, what is it? Yes! Carlito gets approached by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman says, Carlito, you are my man, and I really need your help tonight. I'll give you an apple if you help us in the Bloodline fight. And he'll be right back. But no, he would fight in the Bloodline fight. And of course Carlito says no. Sorry to Carlito. All he wants is to kill Santos Escobar. And we need a sub in. Someone get a sub? No? We need a sub. Come on. Alright then. I'm just alone now. Sadly and alone. But no. Basically, yeah. So, I'm trying to, I don't know. We all get...
Run it for 5 seconds by yourself?
I'm trying to. I can't. I need a co-host. I'm stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm the host of this, right? What do you mean?
Anyway, so basically, did you hear what I was saying?
No, I did not.
Okay, so basically Santos chased him in the back, and...
Carlito had a conversation with Paul Heyman.
Gave him an apple, and he said, join the Bloodline for one night only. And basically Carlito said, I'm not getting in that ring unless I'm attacking Santos Escobar. So, he takes the apple, by the way. He takes the apple and leaves. And, yeah.
He's a...
So that happens. I don't really know what else happened. There's only 3 big more moments that happen that I don't really want to talk about the rest of the show because it's Sorry, a lot of the shows are these days.
I know Randy, AJ, and Knight put Solo through a table.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. But anyway, so then backstage, I believe, yes, Carmelo Hayes shows up backstage. The guy on NXT who will be fighting this. He might be fighting. Oh, we'll get to that.
I don't pay attention, dude. WWE's your area.
So basically,
I focus on everything else in the wrestling world.
Was talking to Nick Aldis, and basically about to sign a SmackDown contract. He's also was about to say something before he got interrupted, but I think he was about to say he was entering the Royal Rumble match. I think he's going to enter the Royal Rumble match. I think that's
that
what
makes sense. But
however,
who did he get interrupted by?
Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
That's a good but strange team.
Yeah. So basically, they show up right before he's about to declare himself for the Rumble, I feel like he was going to do. And he challenges Grayson Waller. And Grayson Waller's like, I just had a match. No, he did not. Because the guy he was supposed to fight got jumped. So...
He went to the moon.
To the moon. Yeah, he did. Anyway.
Not consensual.
He basically told... what was it? He told... Oh my god. He basically said, okay, then I'll fight Theory. So Theory versus Carmelo Hayes is made for later in the night.
Okay.
Then we head into the women's match, because I don't really remember. There's only 2 other big things. Yeah, they go into the women's match, right?
Okay.
Bianca Belair takes on Bayley. Bianca Belair wins. I know you don't like it.
But I don't like Bianca Belair.
However, what's going to shock you is Bayley faked an injury during the match while Bianca was on the outside. Damage Control did not get involved. I think this is the turning point, and Damage Control is going to turn on Bayley.
Okay.
I don't know, but they did not help her when she was trying to.
Did she make what
Yes,
the hell?
yes, she did. Yes, she did. She's like, why didn't you help me? Like, why didn't you beat up her for me?
I would have beat up her. I just don't like her.
Yeah. Then.
Hold on, no, I retract that statement. That makes me sound way worse than it should.
Goodness.
I need to stop. Hold on.
So basically,
if I were a woman, I'd be a sexy bitch. First off, second off, I'd back you up, Bayley.
So then we go into, what was it? The freaking, Bobby Lashley segment. He comes out with the Street Profits and basically says, "We got attacked. That ain't gonna happen around here."
Yes,
blah, blah, blah.
is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
And basically,
I'm sorry. You
and
can't
then
name me.
a dark promo comes on the screen
from the Testament. That
is their new name, the Testament.
I'd just like to point out, there's not a more intimidating group in WWE
than
right now
AOP.
than the Testament.
AOP and
Dude, think about it. Those guys are giant.
They are.
Rakim and Azar are already two of the biggest guys in WWE.
And then they left, and then Bobby was like, "Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? I don't know."
It's gonna be the 3v3 of the century, and I'm promising you right now that you ain't gonna win it.
So after that segment, I'm kind of going out of order here, but before that segment, actually, Paul Heyman was approached by Pretty Deadly. They come out and they're like, "We'll join you in the Bloodline to help." Paul Heyman then puts his hand over his face and says, "You guys do realize only one person is allowed on the team, not both of you, and you're fighting AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. They effed off."
Yeah, I'd imagine.
They effed off. They're like, no.
Hey, shit, I would too. Randy's a psychopath. AJ's turning into a psychopath, and LA Knight is LA Knight.
LA Knight. And I forgot about one thing before we finish up. I'm all over the place.
You're forgetful, Jesus.
Basically, Logan Paul is suing Kevin Owens because he wears that wrist on his thing on the wrist. So the KO show is made official for next week. KO will interview him. Some blah blah blah. I don't know.
Glad to have the KO show back.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go into Bobby Lashley. After the Bobby Lashley segment, he comes backstage, right? Mm-hmm. Paul Heyman approaches him. Paul Heyman's desperate at this point, right? And he basically says, "Will you join the Bloodline for one night only? We have history. We have some history." Bobby says, "Yes, we do have history, Paul. So I just want to let you know right now, I will never be in the ring with the Bloodline unless I'm standing across from Roman Reigns."
Well,
so
he's honest.
So yeah, he's not joining the Bloodline. Then we get into the match that kind of scares me. Austin Theory takes on Carmelo Hayes. The match ends in referee stoppage. Both of them land on their neck area. They both land on their head neck area.
Yes, I did actually.
You saw that?
I saw the replay.
Yeah. That's why I said Carmelo Hayes might not show up to NXT, and he might not show up to the Rumble, but we will see. We will see. They might be okay. They probably are okay, but scary fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scary botch. After that happened, we get into the backstage area once more with Paul Heyman basically saying to Jimmy and Jay, Jay's not part of the Bloodline anymore. Jimmy and Solo, he says, "I can't find you a fourth man or a third man." And you know what he says it like? He's like, "Nobody is on the level of the Bloodline, so that's why I couldn't find it." No, nobody wants to work with the Bloodline. That's the problem. So Jimmy is scared for his life, right? Jay comes up, or I keep saying Jay. God. Solo comes up and says, "I'm not afraid." And he walks out to the ring. Jimmy then says, "I'm not afraid. If Solo's not afraid, I'm not afraid." And then they go out to the ring. So then Randy Orton's music hits, and they attack Randy Orton. And Solo just gives him a spike. Bam! He just gives him a spike, right? Randy is taken to the back, and it turns into a 2-on-2 match.
So he Samoan spikes Randy.
He Samoan spikes Randy. and Randy goes into the back.
And then Randy's just dead?
Yes, he goes into the back. So the match is a 2-on-2 for most of the fight. Randy comes back. Yeah, Randy comes back. He comes back and RKO's. Oh, he doesn't. He just RKO's Jimmy, I think, for the win.
Fair enough.
Then they start attacking Jimmy and Solo. Jimmy gets hit with the chair, just like last week where Roman hit Randy with the steel steps, right? Then they triple power bomb Solo through a table. Roman is not going to like that. Roman is not going to like that. Other than that, we have that. So now, Raw was the boringer show. That's why I wanted to get into Raw next.
The boringer show?
No, man. I'm the boring.
You mean the boring show?
The boring show, yeah. I honestly don't even know what happened. There's two. I think I'm only going to talk about 2 segments on Raw.
You can hit those 2 segments quick, man. Come on.
CM Punk. So Drew McIntyre comes out and basically says, "I'm not getting respected around here."
I'll simplify this one because I actually didn't see this.
You saw this one?
It's Drew. I like Drew Galloway. Not a fan of Drew McIntyre currently.
CM Punk comes out.
CM Punk, Drew comes out. They have a quick back and forth promo. They both do very well.
They do very well.
It's back and forth.
It's basically like a Royal Rumble feud.
It pretty much ends with Drew telling Punk that, similar to what Hangman said, you're the bad guy here. You're here to take over WWE, and I'm not going to let you.
Yeah.
Kind of like Seth did. It kind of seems everyone is not under, I like what they're doing with CM Punk. I don't like CM Punk. I like what they're doing with CM Punk. They're making CM Punk this outsider. He's not a homegrown talent. He's not a guy who they like or respect. They're like, dude, you came here to try to with us.
And like I mentioned earlier today, 2014 was CM Punk's last televised match in WWE.
Which was
10 years ago. It was a decade ago. Which was at the Royal Rumble. And the next match he'll be in is at the Royal Rumble. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's just kind of crazy to me. Like, he's fought in WWE. He had a match against, I think it was Dominic at a live event show.
Dominic.
Anyway, that was dumb. So then, later in the night, Seth Rollins comes out and says, "I'm a fighting champion," like he always does. Who comes out? Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
Don't hinder Jinder.
Remember last week when we said...
Never hinder Jinder.
Remember last week when we were talking about how Jinder was going to fight, or Jinder got beat up by The Rock? Yeah. Now he's fighting for the world title next week.
Okay. Okay, well, we're going to stop this right here for a second. I'm going to get real close. I'm going to get real personal. I'm going to bring this in. Let me tell you, all of you wrestling fans, something. I get it. Some of us like AEW. Some of us like WWE. We all like wrestling. So nobody, and I mean nobody, because Tony Khan did make some statements, but that's not because of WWE. It's not because of Jinder Mahal. It's because USA started talking shit that they had the better scores and ratings, so he got mad. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody gives a fuck about Jinder. Nobody gives a fuck about Hook. Like your wrestling shows. I love you. Mwah.
Yeah, there's a media war because of this whole thing.
No, it's because USA decided to talk shit. They're like, who had the look? You guys should take a look at the scorecard.
And then Tony Khan comes out and says,
you're the guy who's challenging for your world title hasn't won in a full year.
While Hook has a
which is valid
29-1 record because he just won on Collision.
He has a 39-1 record.
Oh, it's 39.
He has a lot of wins, dude.
But no, he's gonna fight Hook on Dynamite. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, Samoa Joe will fight Hook on Dynamite next week, which is the next segment after this, and that's the last segment.
Yeah, but basically, yeah.
Jinder Mahal, Tony Khan, USA, they all exchanged a little back and forth.
Jinder Mahal was the funniest. He's like,
bang.
who the is Hook?
No, he was very. He's like, who's Hook?
Like, who's Hook? Like, it's.
No, let me do it in Jinder's accent. What? No,
it's not Jinder's accent. That is hindering Jinder right there.
I'm hindering Jinder. Never hinder Jinder.
Then next week on Raw, we're gonna have
Seth Rollins versus Jinder Mahal.
The Miz and R-Truth take on Finn Balor and Damian Priest.
That sounds stupid.
Dirty Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough take on the DIY. They're gonna die. And Gunther returns after being gone for a little bit. Oh, and then Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura's fight, where I think Cody Rhodes comes out victorious. Yes, Cody Rhodes does come out victorious. And that's all I got on WWE. So with that being said, let's skip it to...
Here we are. If you don't see, that is Hook and Samoa Joe staring each other down. Let's get back. AEW is back in Bailey's place.
Bailey's place for their homecoming. Let's see.
I'll talk about the matches that don't have significance to the storyline real quick. There were 2 8-man tags. They were okay. Some could have been better than others.
They were
both
for
set
Brody.
up. Yes.
They were both for Brody.
We love you, Brody.
Rest in peace, Brody.
R.I.P. to the legend. But anyway, both of those matches ended up starting other matches. One of which being Anna Jay versus Julia Hart for the TBS Championship at Battle of the Belts. And Preston Vance versus Orange Cassidy at Battle of the Belts. And the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage versus Lance Archer and the Righteous for the Ring of Honor Trio Championships. I'm not gonna lie, none of those matches are very big, so I'm gonna spoil most of them right now. Anna Jay loses to Julia Hart, and our good friend, our lovely friend, our beautiful friends, Lance Archer and the Righteous, lose to the Gates of Agony. As the Mogul Embassy takes the win.
And we're gonna wait.
Moving on.
We're gonna wait on.
We're gonna move to the Orange Cassidy one because that one actually has importance.
But let's get back to Dynamite. After that, Hangman. Hangman fights Claudio in the opening match.
Yes, he does, and that was a banger match. Hangman comes out with the win. I like how they're using Claudio. He's Claudio. Yeah. He can lose, but he's not a jobber.
No, he's not
no means.
No, not at all. So then after that, we have the four-way match. I think one of them. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, it was one of the 4-on-4 matches.
And then we have this segment.
Samoa
Joe comes out to the ring.
Samoa Joe, he pretty much said, now that he's champion, there's no social media, there's no nothing, there's no this, that, or the other. He's running this show.
He basically said, F MJF.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Afterwards, we heard
Swerve. We're not. I'm not gonna sing that. We're not trying to get copyrighted.
Swerve.
We're not trying to get copyrighted here.
Swerve. 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 Top rope. Catch a vibe. Catch a foot when I drive.
And he shows up.
Swerve shows up. This happens with Swerve and Joe. So just imagine instead of Hook's short ass, it's Joe. It's a Swerve because they're about the same size.
Yeah. So basically, then they're staring down.
They talk a little bit. They talk for a little bit. Fucking.
And then here comes the cowboy. Hangman comes out. He gets out. He gets in the face of everybody.
He says, "Fuck you, Swerve. Fuck you, Joe."
And you know what?
I don't even know if you're here, Adam, but fuck you too.
Yeah. And then they both leave.
They both dip for some reason. I don't know why they left because I guess they got their point across. And then, bam.
And then Hook comes out. And it's just like, oh my goodness. And then he points at the title 1 week.
Yeah. So
that's
Dynamite.
Next
we
week.
get Joe versus Hook. Sorry, Hook, you're gonna get killed.
Hook.
It's the Samoan submission. Can you back up? When I'm up close to the mic, it's sensual. It's delicious. These people love it, don't you?
Okay, next.
I have a voice of silk.
What was next on the show?
I don't know.
It was a one-on-one match. Sammy versus
Ricky.
Which we're not gonna really get into. They just fought.
I think Sammy won.
Sammy did win. Big Bill came out, attacked him. Chris Jericho came out, and they kept playing Judas. And I heard it was probably to drown out the boos because of the whole Jericho situation with the accusations on Jericho.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if those are even true at this point.
Nobody was booing though. Like I can hear over the music. Nobody was booing. They were cheering. Some people were booing, but here's my deal. No woman has stepped up. Guys have made the accusations. And there was that whole speak out movement. Remember that? That was like 2-3 years ago. Yeah. Guess what? They talked out about all these other top guys in business. Why would they not speak out against one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling, Christian Jericho? Let's be honest, people. If he did it, he's either really smart at hiding it, or he didn't do it. I don't think he did it. If he did do it, Jericho, I still like you as a wrestler, but you're fucking. But I don't believe he did it.
Like
I don't
think he did.
Punk's not even a terrible person. He's just a dick.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into that in a minute, but
we're not gonna get into that. I refuse to get into that because we're gonna lose so many. We don't have viewers. I don't know why I'm saying viewers. Nobody watches this. Those of you who do, you're special to me.
But no. So we are getting into the next match, which. Is another 4-way match.
Yeah. after the final four-way match, what was the main event?
The tag team main event.
Which was
Darby Allin. A very good match. Don Callis versus Sting and Darby Allin.
I have mixed feelings for the match. Good match. Match ended. Then
I think the ending match is what got. We saw Rick come in too.
Rick landed a couple bang shots on Will and then poked him in the eye.
Yeah,
like a true G.
But
it was the end of the match. It was the end of the night that shook everyone to the core, including myself, because we heard a legendary guitar riff. We heard the drums.
We heard the Young Bucks.
Super kick party! Bam!
Yeah, we got. Bam. So they come out. Stare down Jerry as he was about to. Sting was
stare down Sting and Darby and then say nothing and leave.
So Sting basically said he was about to mention his.
He was about to say who he's gonna fight.
And I want it to be Darby. However, there's been some reports that say he doesn't want to be in a one-on-one match and it's gonna be a tag match. So this
might be.
That would suck. It would really, really suck because I really want to see Darby versus Sting.
But he's so old. The Stinger's so old.
I know he is, so that's why he can't do a one-on-one match. But
I think that's all of it we need to talk about for Dynamite.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get into. I want to say one thing about Rampage though, and you saw it. I showed you it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sad. I'll say it. I'm so sad. I'm so sad to say this, ladies and gentlemen. Our good friend, our lovely friend, Cool Hands Ange. Hey Ange, if you see this, know we love you, man. He's been set up by Saraya. Saraya and that other harlot. I don't know her name. Harley? I called her Harlot and her name's Harley. That's great. It's fucking hilarious. Anyway, they've set you up, man. Ruby. No Cool Hands is your Ange.
We're done. We're going to Collision.
He loves you.
We're going to Collision. No.
Cool Hands is your Ange.
What was that line, bro? What was that line? No. Oh my god.
Okay, Collision. Collision starts off with the Murder Hawk.
No, it doesn't.
What?
It starts off with Edge or Adam.
Oh yeah, Open challenge against Lee Moriarty.
He kills him.
Yeah.
Now we can get into that.
Okay.
We already kind of got into it. We spoiled it.
Sorry, ladies.
We kind of spoiled it. Man, we need to end this show.
The Murder Hawk Monster versus Brian Cage with The Righteous. So, the Mogul Embassy take the win. Yeah. They call out the Bang Bang Gang.
The Bang Bang.
The Bang Bang Gang. We're fans of the Bang Bang Gang. We're fans of the Bullet Club. I have a shirt. I'm not wearing it, but we actually have a shirt.
Not wearing it.
Gold. I'm wearing Stone Cold versus Sean.
That was a good one.
It's a great one.
But no, the Bang Bang Gang are challenged for Dynamite this week.
Yes.
So that is being added to the Dynamite. It's already a stacked Dynamite card. If I got it.
Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, Ring of Honor Trios Tag Team Championships on the line. But moving on from that, we hear. I know later in the night we hear from the Bang Bang Gang, but I don't think that was next.
No, nothing really happened. A Hangman came out, beat JD.
Donna Purrazzo versus
Red Velvet.
Yeah, it was Red Velvet. I thought it was someone else. She wins her debut match in stunning fashion, as she is the virtuosa.
And yeah. Then
I feel like we're forgetting something. Oh, the trios match.
No, we're not getting to that yet.
Wait, what? What are we missing?
Oh my god.
What are we missing? We can't be this dumb, dude. We just watched it because we missed it yesterday.
Yeah. Dustin Rhodes
versus
Willie Mack. He beats Willie Mack.
Yes, he beats Willie Mack.
And he goes backstage, gets in Christian's face. Christian calls his dad dead because Christian's a freaking menace. Poor Dusty.
That's not what he said, but okay.
That's exactly what he said. Come on.
He's the patriarch. We should all love him, respect him. He's lovely. We should all hope to be like Christian Cage one day.
Christian Cage might be on the show one day.
Oh God. What did you do?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I don't
know.
It's
You're messing up the PowerPoint. Yes, people, we use PowerPoint. Deal with it.
Okay, so yeah, that match is set for Collision, set for Dynamite, and then the trios match where House of Black win.
House of Black win a very close 3-on-3 match,
and then they start attacking them. Blah, blah,
they start attacking them. I think that was the end of the night. I don't think anything happened. I don't think
nope. And then at the very end of the show, it started cutting into the.
It started cutting into Battle of the Belts,
where a street fight.
Street fight happened. pretty close street fight.
It was nice.
Pretty epic street fight, but with help from the Don Callis family.
As Tenosuke Takeshita whacked
vicious, like just whoosh,
right onto Chris Jericho, and Chris Jericho goes to the table.
He goes through the table,
They're
and
down
then
the match. Sammy
Guevara's dead.
Sammy Guevara was gonna go.
He went
go
25
crazy.
feet, roughly 25 feet up in the air, and then did the classic death roll.
And then
he was trying.
And Powerhouse
Thought
Hobbs.
he was from Assassin's Creed.
Powerhouse Hobbs
yanks Ricky out of the way and saves his life.
It's interesting because Powerhouse Hobbs helping Ricky. We haven't seen that in a long time.
The greater evil has prevailed.
But no, so they retained the titles.
And then
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. But
and of course, we mentioned the other two.
we mentioned the other one match. We don't know how the Preston Vance versus Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy won.
One ends.
Orange Cassidy won.
But that's not the big story here.
Calm down.
You
It's
go
okay.
ahead. You go ahead with this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the Undisputed Kingdom. As the Undisputed Kingdom came down as the match started with 3 chairs, not to get involved, but they sat and they watched. And at the end of the match, they entered the ring. After, on Collision, we forgot to mention this, confronting Preston Vance about potentially winning the international title. Sorry, I thought it was Eddie. Love you, Eddie.
We're not done yet. After this, I forgot. We still gotta mention something else. But
What do we have to mention?
you go.
Okay. But after the match, after Orange Cassidy won a very close match with Preston Vance, our good friends, the Undisputed Kingdom, which in this segment consisted of Roddy Strong.
Roddy Strong. I'm sorry, I had to do it.
And the Kingdom, not the Undisputed Kingdom, just the Kingdom. They all were about to confront Orange Cassidy before our good friend. What's the assistant's name?
Orange Cassidy.
The assistant.
Jose, the
assistant,
decided
to. He pulled off his jacket. He said, "Listen here, Roddy, you motherfucker."
Yeah. he was sleeping with the fishes.
With the fishes?
I don't know.
He kneed him in the face. How's he sleeping with the fish?
Anyway, mention the last thing. I gotta go use the bathroom.
Oh
Hurry up.
no! You gotta stay here for this.
What do you mean? I'm staying here for this. That's why I'm saying hurry up.
Hurry up. Nick Nemeth has debuted in TNA.
Yes, he has.
And I think the biggest thing.
The biggest thing in the wrestling world, ladies and gentlemen, or one of the biggest
I don't know
things.
what's the biggest thing.
Jungle Boy Jack.
Don't call him Jungle Boy.
Former Jungle Boy Jack Perry.
Jungle Boy's dead.
Jungle Boy is dead. Jack Perry has decided to appear in New Japan Pro Wrestling, ripping up his AEW
Rips up the AEW contract.
and applying to his forearm.
Scapegoat. Ladies and gentlemen,
He is Madhouse
he's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But ladies and gentlemen, he has not been removed from the AEW website.
Actually, let
He
me
is
check it again. I'm gonna check it real fast, but I think he's still there.
You check it, and ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I'll miss you. I gotta go use the bathroom. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us.
Hold on.
He'll wrap up the show.
I'll wrap it up. Yeah. AEW roster. Let me see if I think Jack Perry's still on the roster though. So.
Sorry, man. I gotta kill the lights.
Okay, that's fine.
Gotta start cleaning up.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm almost done. I'm just picking. If he's still on the con, then this is probably just a storyline. But, hold on. Where are we at? Come on. Oh, I passed it. Crap.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I lied. I'm back. Just so I can hurry this up.
Yeah, hold on. Jack Perry, Jack Perry's still on the roster.
It's all us. Show the people.
He is still on the roster. So, with that being said, that is the end of this podcast, The Basement. I will put a logo right here so you can see what the logo looks like. Alright, now that is done, we will be leaving, and next week's podcast we will talk about Royal Rumble predictions, we will talk about some other things, and then we're going to have a start on getting in some guests.
Of course.
So, goodbye, everybody. And we're going to mute this mic.